Hello everyone, myself Jagar Khan, and today our topic is how can we find out the different derivative of a given function by using the first principle. Dear students, you all know that what is the formula of the first principle, but today in this lecture I am not going to talk about that, from where it came, what is the concept of the limit and what is the concept of the derivative or differentiability. Just I am going to teach you that how can you use this formula to find the derivative, that is how can you will use the first principle to find the derivative of the given function. So let's start. Suppose you have a function y is equal to fx, a function. Suppose you have a function which is y is equal to fx. We want to find the derivative of this function with the help of the first principle. So before going to start anything, we must know that what is the formula for the first principle. So here everyone know about it that the differentiation of this function we can represent in this way, that is f dash x. The dash represent differentiation. Many times you will use dy dx for the function. It will also represent differentiation, and it will equal to limit h tends to 0 f of plus h minus f of a upon h. You can say f of x. For find the derivative of a given function by first principle, we will use this formula, and it is equal to f dash x, that is the result given by this will the derivative of the given function. So this is the formula we will use, but how can we apply? For that we should know some example on this. Okay, so suppose you have a function fx is equal to x square. You want to find the derivative of this fx is equal to x square, and guys, you know very well that the derivative of this function will equal to 2x. You know very well this is the derivative of this function, as you all know that it will equal to 2x, because formula is dx is equal to x square. This will equal to if you have x power n, it will equal to n x power n minus 1. By using this concept we can write this. But how can we find this derivative of the fx is equal to x square by using this formula? And what we will do in this situation. So first of all, I want to tell you guys, we will try to remove this h from the denominator with the help of the with the help of the mathematical concept. We will try to remove this h, because if we will put h is equal to 0, or h, when h goes to 0, h tends to 0, this denominator goes to 0, and when the denominator tends to 0, the whole result will tends to infinity. So it's our prime duty to remove this h with the help of the mathematics. So let's see that. First of all, before applying this, we will do some fundamental steps. Like this, we will calculate fx plus h, because you can see in the formula fx plus h. So for that we must have the value of fx plus h, and this will equal to what? It will equal to x plus h whole square, guys. So now fx is given, already fx is given. No need to find that what will be fx. Fx is given, and with the help of fx we will find fx plus h, and then we will apply this formula. It will equal to f dash x will equal to limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h. At the place of fx plus h, you will put what? X plus h whole square and at the place of fx you will put what? X square upon h. Guys, it is very clear. You all know about that. What are the concepts of the limit and how can we calculate the limit in different situations? You all know, and I think that you know that how can you calculate the limit. So first of all, we will open this bracket, and this bracket will give limit h tends to 0, and this will give x square plus h square and 2xh minus x square. This is a plus b whole square and h. From here you can see this. And now one thing I want to tell you, you can take out common h from our duty was to remove this h, and from here you can take out common h, and that h will cancel with this. So denominator became free from h, and this is good for us. F dash x will equal to limit h tends to 0, and this will what? H plus 2x. And one thing, when denominator is free from h, now you will put h is equal to 0, or you can say that h tends to 0. The result will what? 0 plus 2 into x, and this is equal to 2x. So guys, in this way you can find the derivative of any given function by using the first principle. It is very easy. The two things you must remember that first of all you should have a function. And the second thing, you must remember this formula, that is the formula for the first principle. And the third thing, after writing everything, by using fx or whatever the function given, find fx plus h. And then you have fx already. By calculation, you find fx plus h, and then use these two information in this formula and calculate according to the laws, rules and method of the limit, and then you will find the derivative of the given function. It's very easy. Then you will find the derivative of the given function. Similarly, you can find the derivative of any function with the help of the first principle, and for that you must know the concept of the limit. You must know the concept, the formula related to the limit. Limits is very important for this, because here we cannot, when anyone asks you that use first principle, so you cannot write any answer directly like this. So guys, it was the first principle, and by using this first principle you can differentiate any function. Let's see one more example. Suppose you have a function and which is sin x. Suppose everybody know that what is the differentiation of sin x, everybody know, but let's see that how can we calculate it by using first principle. Suppose you have a function fx is equal to sin x. You want to find the derivative of this function with the help of the first principle. For that, first of all we will find fx plus h, and it will equal to what? Sin x plus h. And now we will use the formula, and f dash x will equal to what? Limit h tends to 0, and this is sin x plus h minus sin x upon h. Guys, you know from the trigonometry that sin x minus sin y will equal to what? It will equal to limit h tends to 0 to sin x minus sin y to cos x plus y, x plus h plus x upon 2 cos x plus y upon 2 into sin x minus y upon 2, x plus h minus x upon 2, and this is h. Everyone know about it. Sin x minus sin y will equal to 2 cos x plus y upon 2 into sin x minus y upon 2. Now it will give limit h tends to 0, and this is what? 2 cos 2x plus h upon 2 and sin h upon 2, and this is h. One thing I want to tell you, we can write this we can take these two in the denominator. So now when you will put h tends to 0, when you will put limit h tends to 0, this part became 1 because everyone knows sin theta upon theta, when theta goes to 0 will give the result 1. So now you, after using the limit, you have only this part, and it is what you will get? Limit h tends to 0 cos 2x plus h upon 2 and into 1 because you know very well algebra of limit. If you have two function fx and gx and limit x goes to a, then you can write it limit x tends to a fx into limit x tends to a gx. Now look, when you will put limit h tends to, when h will go to 0, you will get what? Cos 2x plus 0 upon 2 and it will equal to what? Cos x. So everybody know that the differentiation of the sin x is cos x. But from first principle, we will calculate in this way. Okay guys, so it was the first principle. In this way you can find the derivative of any function which is differentiable. If a function is not differentiable, you cannot find the derivative, and if it is differentiable, then we can calculate the derivative by using first principle also. Okay students, okay, thank you.